Good man. Jacob, great to see you, brother. So we literally have just finished up 14 weeks of coaching together, one-to-one coaching. And what I'd love to do, mate, is just dive in a little bit about your journey, your experience, sort of like where you was before, what we've achieved throughout this coaching and where you're at now. Just some key principles and practice that you feel like you've gained through this coaching. This just gives other people an opportunity to understand what can actually be achieved and what's possible, with coaching. If you don't mind me saying, before me and you started, you was a little bit hesitant and reluctant to do something like this yourself because you've never done anything like this. And as we've just discussed, you've just mentioned that, it is you're glad that you did, commit and make that decision, right? In terms of the coaching itself, where was you at before you joined the coaching? And what is it that made you feel like you needed or wanted to get some outside, support or help?
Yeah. So for me, I was at a place where I just felt like I wasn't progressing. I wasn't growing as an individual, and I knew that I had so much more to give. And work was going fine. I was consistently billing, hitting my targets, doing everything I could, but I just felt demotivated. I didn't feel like I was growing. I didn't feel like I was working towards a goal, and I didn't know what my goals were until I
Mm,
actually met with you and had a conversation and jotted them down and delved into what I really wanted. That's from the work perspective. Then at home, I was just going through these cycles of bad habits, drinking, not exercising, not keeping my word, not turning up for my family. Well, so I felt I was turning up for my family financially, but I realized that I could be a lot more present at home. And I just wanted to change my behaviors more than anything.
mm,
So that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to have a conversation with a performance coach. And obviously, I know you, met you before, seen all your posts, your experiences resonate with me, as
yeah.
well, your past. And I thought I'll give it a go. I know it was difficult to get me at first.
Yeah, and talk about that, right? And thank you for sharing, bro. So like thank you for sharing where you was at, right? And I know things for you, it wasn't like you wasn't at rock bottom. You were still performing great at work. You were still doing great things, but it just you knew that you just had another level to unlock and you didn't know how to get there, right? But then when
Yeah.
we spoke, it was like it sounded like a good idea, but you was very reluctant to do something like this. Do you mind just diving into, what it is that you was not so much scared about, but like should I actually commit and do something like this? Because I think that's where a lot of people pause. It like they know they see other people get these results. They read the testimonials. They know it's a good thing for them, but they're like,
Yeah. The
I
the
don't know if I
biggest
should
thing
do this.
No, the biggest thing for me is because I felt like I was performing, I was doing well, I'm earning good money, hitting my targets at work. So I was thinking, what can this guy actually teach me? But
Mm,
then one thing you said to me as well, which was really, really powerful, you said, who are you comparing yourself to? And I was comparing myself to some of my mates who have not really achieved in life, comparing myself to people that weren't really where I wanted to get to. And I just felt like I could do so much more. I had a limiting belief that this
yeah.
is what I'm doing is fantastic. But there's so much more out there. There's so much more you
Mm,
can learn about yourself. And obviously as well, I had a limited belief about money when I
yeah.
first started. I felt that it was quite expensive. But now I look back, I haven't even thought about the money once. I'm not even
Mm,
worried about the money. And what I've gained from investing is a fantastic quarter and the money's taken care of. I'm not even thinking about financials now.
nice.
Um, so it was my mindset pushing me back, which has now changed. And I just love the fact that investing in myself is just giving me so much confidence and more belief and so much more presence at home that I'm in a better place,
Love
all
that.
round.
Talk
So
about that. Talk about that. Let's talk about like personally, what do you feel like are some big wins, achievements that you've gained throughout the coaching? And then like professionally off the back of that, what are some big things that you've gained? What did you set out to achieve and what did you get? And did you get
yeah,
more than you thought you'd get?
yeah. I came in not really understanding what goals I wanted until we started really deep diving into what do you want? Where do you want to get to?
Mm,
A big thing for me was fitness, which you're obviously very fit and you're doing running, and I thought I could learn from you. So I set myself a goal of doing a half marathon, which I've achieved within 3 months. So that was a big goal for me, and that's come from breaking it down, running weekly, staying consistent, following a plan, not drinking, sorry, hydrating. So that was a big goal for me. Another goal for me from a professional point of view, I've got repeat business, but I realized that my clients were good, but I need to pick up bigger clients and better clients and challenge myself more. So I set a goal of picking up a 10,000 plus client, which I did just before Christmas, which was like the most proudest feeling I had, the recognition I got from my employees and the feeling that I know that I can
Nice.
do this
Mm.
really resonate with me and it's given me more confidence to push on. And so that was a big thing. I've done that. And family as well. My daughter, she had bad habits, I would say. She's only 4 years old, so I'll give her a bit of a squeeze. But she was developing bad habits and not being consistent with school and not picking up reading and writing. But since joining the course, she's now had four stars. She gets one more star and she gets to meet the head teacher for hot chocolate. And she's reading, she's writing, she's confident she's going into school. And it's just a massive thing for me because I really want her to do well.
Nice.
So that's three of my goals. Um, Another goal I had obviously was kind of like reading more and listening to audiobooks which are relevant to positivity and energy and learning. And
Mm.
I've done three in the past 3 months, which is like a habit now. Every night I read at least into an audiobook, and I kind of switch off and listen to something positive, and it's just yeah, it's got me away from scrolling on social media, which I
Love
just didn't
that.
get any enjoyment from. So yeah, there's
What do
there's
you
there's
feel
four
like
there.
is some of the key things that's allowed you to build that confidence and belief in yourself as you've gone through? Because I know that was a big thing for you, right? I know you had belief, I know you had confidence, but I feel like going throughout the coaching, I've just seen that belief just fucking tenfold from where it was, right? What do you feel like has allowed you to build that belief in yourself?
Sticking to my word,
Mm,
sticking to my word, planning, reviewing, journaling, actioning, um, realizing what pulls away from my energy levels, which brings
mm,
me bad energy, only focusing on good energy, fitness, running 3 times a week, eating healthily, not boozing. Um, never, as I said, I'm not looking to go sober, but I've got into a place now where I can have one or two, be in control, and then walk away and be fresh the next day, which is
nice.
like it's so powerful for me because I couldn't do that 3 months ago. I
Mm,
just went into a vicious cycle. Um, with work as well, like we touched on it a minute ago, didn't we? Like the persuasion framework, acknowledging people, appreciating people, being grateful, but using it in a way to articulate responses to get what I want as well. It's been really
mm.
powerful. Um, so much, man. So many
Good man.
things.
How
So many
different would you
things.
say your life's been from starting to where you are now? If you could summarize it in a word or a phrase or a caption or to say like my life was like this and now it's like this, what would that sound like?
My life was chaotic before joining the course. Now my life is in control. I'm in
Nice.
control of my life.
Mm,
Um, I am clearer. My decision making's clearer. I'm confident. The control element is fantastic in all elements. Control my family, controlling work, controlling my revenue coming in. Just peaceful. It feels like I feel
nice.
at peace. If it's the
Nice.
best way to summarize it. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And if there was someone or you was talking to your old self or there was someone watching this now and they're like on that fence, they're like you. This is expensive. I don't want to do it. And I was on you, boy. I was like, I'm not letting you go because I
I
see
know.
and I don't think that's what people understand too. Is like, I'm so passionate and I always want to help people. And I was like, I was persistent on it. You even might have thought, fucking hell, mate, like, give me a break, right? But are you
This
glad that I
geezer.
was that
He won't leave me
persistent on you?
alone.
Yeah. Are you glad that I was that persistent on you? Number one. And then, like, if you could give some advice to your old self or someone watching this on that fence, yeah, I don't need to. Things are going great, or this is too expensive. What would you say to that person or to your old self in that position?
I'd say to my old self, to invest in yourself. So
Yeah,
invest in yourself, spend money on becoming the better version of yourself. Because I believe now that from this course, I am operating at the best version of myself, 110%. And
nice,
to move away from limited beliefs about money. At the end of the day, yeah, it's expensive, but I've now tripled what I'm earning in this quarter from doing it.
Mm,
So don't worry about that. You know, the foundations will be put in place, the process will be put in place, and you're going to reap the rewards, which is happening for me right now. I
love
give my
that.
old self a proper kick up the backside, to be honest. And that's why when joining the course, I really wanted to move away from this indecisiveness that I had, this lack of confidence.
Mm,
And for anyone wanting to join, yeah, spend the money, invest in yourself. You'll reap the rewards 110%.
love that,
So,
brother. Thank you for sharing. Is there anything else that you'd love to share about your journey?
um, I'll be honest as well, you know, the first couple of weeks, mate, I struggled. I
Yeah,
struggled to change. I found
love
it
that.
difficult. It takes hard work and consistency and dedication.
Yeah.
And honesty as well. I was quite transparent with you with what I was doing, and
Mm,
you gave me a kick up the backside, mate, and said, you know, look, you you're doing this course now. You need to you need to implement it,
yeah,
and
for sure.
I did, and it
And
was
that's
hard.
what coaching's for, though, right? That's what coaching's for. Like, let's say this. Let's say you had them 2 weeks, but you didn't have a coach in your corner saying to you, "Listen, this is not this is," and it's never me telling you what to do, but I'm guiding you and I'm helping you make better decisions and showing you
Yeah,
what you need to do to get where you want to go. Let's just say you didn't have me in your corner at that time. Would have anything changed?
no,
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
exactly. And I love the accountability and the conversations and the energy levels you brought. And as you said, you never actually told me what to do. You listened to what I wanted and gave me guidance and structure and processes and broke it down to a point that I actually saw clarity and thought I can do this. And
Mm,
I've been actioning it ever since.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it was tough at the beginning. When I got into probably 4 sessions, the habits were just there. They became effortless. Um, it was just packet and parcel of what I was doing. And now, what we are month three, aren't we? Month three, four. It's day to day for me now. And now it's about
nice.
me fine tuning it and
Yeah,
doubling down on it. And just keeping to my words and setting
for sure.
myself new goals and setting myself new targets because I've achieved 4 of the 6 that I wanted. And now I said to you a minute ago, I feel a little bit lost, but now it's about reviewing,
You achieved
planning.
and over exceeded though, brother. That's
I
why you
have.
had a quarter goal,
Yeah.
but you hit it
Yeah,
very
yeah, I've
soon.
did it. I've done it. I've achieved and overachieved, and now I need to move on to new goals.
Nice.
But I've got the tools to be able to do it. So yeah, it's been a great experience, man. It really has. I really enjoyed it.
Powerful.
I
Well,
really
listen,
enjoyed it.
mate, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done throughout this coaching. Thank you for doing this interview today. I'm sure it's going to give other people a little insight into what's possible, but also just recognition to yourself, mate. As I said before we jumped on this, was just like everything that you've done has been amazing to see. You're committed, you're consistent, you're disciplined, you're resilient, you've shown up, you've put the work in. And yes, you had some slips, but that's what coaching's about. It holds you accountable, it pushes you, it challenges you, and you put the right things in place. You overcome these hurdles and got all of the success that you wanted. So I just want to say that I'm proud of everything that you've done, mate, and thank you for sharing today.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Anytime. I appreciate all your help and your energy levels and your commitment. It's been great. It's been really, really enjoyable. So yeah, kudos to you again, mate. All
Thank you
right.
very much, brother.